Hey friends of the twins, happy Thursday and welcome back to the channel. This is Rhonda and we are going to get right on into today's video. It is actually being sponsored by Jardina, and what I'm going to be doing is to get one of my outdoor living spaces set up. Now I'm gonna confess, I am a little bit behind with this, but I feel like I have a legitimate reason why. The month of March was cold to me here in Georgia. It was much too cold to be outside, even for me thinking about setting up a sitting area or anything like that. And now that the warm weather is definitely here to stay, it is time for me to get the sitting area all set up. And what I've chosen for the space is the Hallerbos collection. Now it is a 4-piece set. It comes with the 2 chairs, a love seat, and a coffee table. And friends of the twins, I've chosen it in the color natural, but it also comes in gray. Jardina has some really beautiful outdoor furnishings, friends of the twins. I love the sleek and modern design. And another thing that I really love is the variety that they offer once you go over to the website. Not only do they have the seating sets such as what I have, but they also have here, like this is a dining set. They also offer fire pits, bar stools, the hardtop gazebos. And if you've waited a little longer than usual, just as I have, and you want to go ahead and get this done, then you will be really impressed with the fast shipping. From the time I ordered my set, it took 3 days and I had it. Another great feature is that they offer Klarna, which allows you to make your payments in installments of 4. And you can also save by signing up for their email, and that will give you another 10% discount. So my daughter and my son-in-law were visiting one night, and just before they were about to leave, it had gotten pretty late. It was about 10:30 maybe at night, something like that, and I cornered him and had him go ahead and put this set together for me. We chose to do it inside because, friends of the twins, I live in the woods and it is dark outside, but he got it together for me, and it only took him maybe to put all 4 pieces together, I would say maybe about 45 minutes, and that's because we were chit-chatting along the way. And so it is now the next day, and friends of the twins, you may remember seeing these swans when we shared our walkthrough at Rose's. Well, I went ahead and picked up 2 of them, and although they are beautiful in the white, I prefer to have them black. Y'all know how I love black and white, and I just feel like black is such a neutral color, beautiful color. It gives a pop where it's needed, so I knew that I wanted to go ahead and get these spray painted black. How many of you are like I am and you seem to have an endless and never-ending project list, things that you would like to get accomplished around the house? That's me. Sugar definitely says that my list is never ending. Honestly, well, y'all saw the shelves that I put up in my sunroom, so if you haven't, I'll link that video for you. And then this seating area is another thing that I'm able to scratch off my list. And I think, friends of the twins, definitely I'm going to be going into the guest bedroom next. Not bedroom, I'm going to go into the guest bathroom, and we're going to give it a little refresh in there. I haven't changed much in there in the past probably 1.5 years. Yeah, maybe 2 years. And so, you know, there are a couple little refreshes that I want to do in there, and I'll certainly bring you along for that. But yep, certainly feels good to be getting another thing scratched off my list. And now while the swans are drying, we're going to go on up here, and I'm going to go ahead and start to remove those things that I've had there since winter of last year. Yep, your girl was not exaggerating. I have not done anything outside at all. Off camera, I have already blown this area, and Shuggy actually came along with a pressure washer and washed that side of the house, the windows, you know, that kind of thing. And these planters, I'm gonna be changing out what I have on either side of this door. So my plan is to take these planters and I'm gonna be moving them to the front of the house. And Soon, very soon, friends of the twins, I will be sharing with you my front porch makeover and update. You know, I'm starting with this side of the house here. I have not done anything to the front porch, so I will be going there next. That'll be my next outside project. Back in early spring, I was rambling around in Ross and I happened upon me some beautiful door hangers, wreath hangers. These, I thought that they were really exceptional. Y'all, they are so heavy and I love the design of it. Love that kind of twisted rope detail with those beautiful gold rabbits. And so I'm going to be using one of those today. We'll get that changed out. And before we start with the decorating here, just a little bit more maintenance to do. I'm going to go ahead and give the glass a good cleaning. And also, you'll see that I'm also going to touch up the paint on the door. You know, that's another thing that is kind of part of my spring cleaning and all of that. I always keep on hand the paint colors, especially inside of my home. The colonial white, I keep that paint on hand, and I also have these paint colors for the exterior of the house. And you know, it just makes it really convenient when you're getting ready to do a makeover or a refresh. If you have it on hand, and you can go ahead and retouch up any paint that you know, in any areas that you might be needing to do that. This was also a great time for me to go ahead and get ahead of the exterminating. I always like to keep the home defense on hand also, so I'm just going along spraying the bug barrier, because when it gets hot here, I have told y'all before, it's like the bugs here are twice the size of normal, so I'm trying to get ahead of that. And now comes the fun part. Yep, the fun part of getting everything decorated. The set that I had in this area last year was only 3 pieces, 2 chairs and a little side table, but I do know that this is going to be 4 pieces, and so I'm just trying to figure, you know, the placement for the rug and actually for the furniture itself, because with it being a bigger set, I don't want it to be too close to the door there, and so that's all I'm doing, is just trying to figure out where the furniture is actually going to go. And as I'm bringing in the pieces, I'm thinking to myself how pretty this set is. My favorite detail about it is actually the rope detail of the rattan. I think that is just such a modern and updated look. I really love it, and I love the fact that it's sitting on a sturdy metal frame. Actually love that. Now, the rugs that I have down were purchased last year. I do know that one of them came from Pop Shelf, and the other one came actually from a thrift store. The larger one, I only paid $20 for it at a thrift store, and the one at Pop Shelf, the one that is at the door, that one was $12.99. And here is a closer look at that rope detail that I was telling you all I really, really love. The furniture itself, although it is sitting on a metal frame, it's heavy, but it is not too heavy. So I didn't really have to have Shuggy come over and help me, you know, to move the furniture or anything. And I'm really loving the way that it's coming together already. I think that it is something that I'm really gonna enjoy. And speaking of projects, I already have another one that I'm going to be adding to my list. Eventually, I would like to have some sort of covering here. I would really like to have like a pergola over this area, but that is a project that will probably I'll probably put that on the list maybe for next year, is to get some sort of covering here. But Chuggy and I have been sitting out here since the weather has warmed up, and you know, we just kind of go out maybe in the evenings right at dusk, and it is very pleasant, it's very quiet, and every now and then we'll see the deer come wandering by. And Shonda had told me before I moved here to be closer to her, she had already told me about the deer here. Friends of the twins, the deer here, They do not run from you. If you stop and you look at them, they look directly at you. You don't move, they don't move. They don't run. They don't have any fear of any harm or anything, of course, around here. And they just kind of look at you like, okay, I see you, and I know you see me, and you just kind of have a stare down. And so after playing with it for a while, I think I finally figured out the placement of the furniture as it relates to the door there. And now we're going to go ahead and bring out the glass. And as I'm getting the glass unwrapped, I am really loving, after seeing for the first time, I am really loving the fact that the glass is a colored glass. It is in that natural color, same as the furniture, and I really like that. It is a really beautiful color. Another thing that I like is the fact that it is tempered. This rooster I've had for, I guarantee you, at least 10 years. It came from Hobby Lobby a long time ago. It is going to be a part of today's makeover. I'm also going to be using these black and white pillows that I recently found at Marshall's, and they were $19.99. And I also have another set here that I found while I was out and about at Ross. Now here is some ribbon that I picked up at Joann's, and it was like 60% off. I love the fact that it has the bunnies on it that correlate with my wreath hanger, but I'm not really sure if it's gonna make the cut. And so what's all that's left to do is to add in my doormat, and we are ready for the reveal. Mr. Rooster here looks as good as new after getting a new coat of black paint. He looks brand new. And I chose to just set him inside a boxed wreath. That's that pop of green against the black and the white. It kind of really just popped it out. I'm really loving the way that it looks. Here at the door, I just took 2 bundles of red florals that I had, kind of like swags, placed them together and topped it off with a black and white harlequin bow. And then as we come on down, I did go ahead and add me 2 ferns this year. Now I have seen some planters that I really like they are at Ollie's. They are black and white. I might add those in. I'm gonna have to take a closer look. You have to be careful sometimes with black and white. It can become too busy. So I'm gonna take a second look at those, and if I decide that it'll be a good fit, then I will be adding those black and white planters. Setting these ferns over in those black and white planters. Here is the first one. I had this black and white box. I went and I got me some new flowers, y'all, from the Home Depot. And I have them, I got me some geraniums. And I chose to go ahead and accent with the color red. I think that it is just so beautiful. The black, the white, and then with the subtle little hints of red. And I gotta tell y'all, when I was buying these pillows, the ones that are in the chairs, there was a friendly guy. He was friendly, that we were kind of chatting it up in line as we were waiting. Y'all, he didn't like my pillows, but I like my pillows. Yep, I'm really loving these pillows that I picked up from Ross. Here is an overall look at the door, the entryway. The welcome sign, y'all, I picked that up from a festival. Sean and I, we love going to festivals. You can find a lot of handmade things there. And so I picked that up. I think I only paid like $30 for it, and it is really huge. And here's another look at that rope detail along the back of this chair here, y'all. I'm really loving the design of this furniture, and I wanted to share with y'all too that it already has a Scotch guard on it. Now I do intend to Scotch guard it again myself because we live in a wooded area, but I wanted to show you that with fabric choice, it is already resistant to a lot of the elements, which is great. Here on the ground sitting there, I have me some plants, some vinca They're in the Binka family. I'm gonna be actually planting those somewhere else, but I just have them sitting there for now. So really that I won't forget to water them until I actually get them planted. Jardina has given us a discount code for you all. We have a 10% discount code. It will be linked for you down in the description box. And we want to say a very special thank you again to Jardina for sponsoring today's video. Friends of the twins, I hope that you have enjoyed seeing my makeover. As always, we want you to make the life that you live a life that you love, because life is short. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you in the next one.